Yep. And that's where we call those 2-for-1 specials right there. All right, let's get into another 2-0, 1-1 game. And let me fix that real quick because you guys know I sent Jeff the group early, and we got Monday night football games going, so you may never might know. But as you guys can see, the Saints 2-0. Kind of no surprise there with the Saints being 2-0. They set them up in a position to be 2-0 at this point. Packers 1-1. And a lot of people didn't expect the Packers to be 1-1. A lot of people expected them to be winless at this point because they don't see this team as a team that's building up a playoff team. They see a team that's building up a roster for the long term. But I truly do think that they're right where they need to be. Jordan Love is no Aaron Rodgers. He's no Brett Favre, but they did a good job on drafting him. I don't care. The guy threw for 3 touchdowns. Yeah, he only finished up with 160 yards for that game, but still, he threw 3 beautiful touchdowns in that game, and he was able to operate when he was able to be comfortable. He doesn't have the greatest offensive line backing him up. And you know what? Having Aaron Jones is probably the greatest valet you could probably possibly ever have as a first-year starter. So there's a lot of things that are positives for Jordan Love. The biggest negative with this team right now is the defense. The defense literally gave up in the fourth quarter, in my opinion, or they just got way too tired. They spent way too much time on the field. And maybe that goes back to how the quarterback managed the clock as well, too. So all those parts play into the game. Now, you got a Saints team coming off of a close game last night, close game week 1. They won by 1 point. They won by 3, but they won last night's game pretty handily. Their defense took care majority of that game. But the offense is the biggest thing that you question right now because Derek Carr is a stat machine, but it seems like he can't lead anybody to the end zone. Like, he's not passing for any touchdowns or anything like that. But he does have a great array of weapons, and I truly do think that they're probably not going to really get kickstarted on the offensive end until Alvin Kamara gets there because that opens up other things for you. But I think that they do need to figure out how they're going to fix this goal line offense because once they get into the red zone, you kind of start thinking, well, go get the kicker ready. And this was the same issues that Matt Ryan had as well, too, later on in his career. And that's exactly the same movie that you're kind of seeing with Derek Carr. And the defense, I will say this is probably the best I've seen the Saints defense ever. And they're playing really, really, really top-end defense right now. Nobody's talking about that. So that's something that's a bonus for them as well, too. But I think when it comes down to this game, it's going to be too much for Derek Carr to overcome the crowd of Lambeau. And I think that the defense is going to have a lot of adjustments made coming into this game because this will be an easier game for them to game plan than it was for the Falcons game. When you have a running game, it becomes that's really difficult to game plan against. But when you have a team that has a so-so quarterback and a run game that's not really taking off yet, then you can game plan a lot better for this. And I feel like you just have the home field advantage playing your first game in Green Bay because everybody has to understand that Green Bay is not played at home yet. So this is their home opener, and I just feel like Green Bay goes ahead and wins this game. I'm taking them with the minus 130 here.
I followed your lead here, but I will say this. We were talking backstage about no one talking about the defenses that Kenny Pickett has faced. And some of the people that are saying Jordan Love was the right call. Look at how good he is. He's faced the Chicago defense, who's probably the worst in the NFL right now. And then he faced Atlanta, who I said is not bad. They're sneaky. But, I mean, Green Bay had that game won and took the foot off the gas pedal. Home opener. Don't know if Christian Watson will be ready. Don't know if Aaron Jones will be playing. But they did have some sneaky wide receivers still out there catching passes. I like the Packers here. I took the money line as well. Saints, don't forget, short week, played Monday night. Now got to, get back home to New Orleans. get yourself set up to head to Lambeau. So as long as Jordan Love wins the turnover battle, and Derek Carr hasn't showed me much. So Jamal Williams got hurt as well. I mean, the injuries just keep piling on and piling on. So slow Olave down. I don't think Jones Jr. will beat you, Green Bay. Whoever the hell Jones Jr. I thought it was Roy Jones. I didn't know he was playing football now. But it is what it is. So I followed you. Packers money line go to 2-1. Saints leave Lambeau 2-1 as well, Pops.
All right, and let's jump into